What's up everyone, Lissy here at Functional Elements Studio. I have recently completed Andy Frisella's 75 Hard Mental Toughness Challenge, and I wanted to make a video to give you a little bit of my insight on the things that I liked about it, the things that I didn't like about it, my experience going through this as a personal trainer, my experience going through this as a competitive athlete, and a couple of little surprises that popped up throughout this 75-day journey. So I hope you enjoy this video. Stay tuned all the way to the end so you find out what those little surprises ended up being on this journey. So before I start getting into it, let me list out the requirements for this 75-day challenge. You have to complete 2 45-minute workouts every single day. One of the 45-minute workouts must be outside. You must read 10 pages from a nonfiction self-development book. You must drink 1 gallon of water every single day. You must follow a diet, no cheat meals, no alcohol, no exceptions. And last but not least, you must take a progress photo every single day. If you fail at any one of these tasks at any point during the 75-day challenge, you must begin again at day 1. No ifs, ands, or buts. No exceptions, no substitutions. That's what it is. If you mess up, you gotta start back again at day 1. So let's start from the top. 2 45-minute workouts every single day. One of those workouts must be outside. Now, there is no rule as to what kind of workouts these need to be, so there is nothing saying that you have to go all out 100%, doing these crazy high-intensity workouts twice a day for 75 days. There is no rule saying that at all. So more often than not, my second workout outside was a walk, either the hills in San Francisco or around the neighborhood, taking the dogs out, or going for a bike ride outside. Those were my outdoor 45-minute workouts more often than not. I will say this part of it was not a huge concern to me. I'm no stranger to working out without having a rest day, for 7 days, 10 days at a time. And I'm no stranger to working out twice a day. So this part I really was not too concerned about. Figured it would be no big deal to go 75 days. Getting that done. I was surprised at the challenge of actually scheduling in these workouts. I really had to plan out my day, especially on days that, I'm working at the studio from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I really had to manage my time properly because I didn't want to be having to finish a 45-minute workout. By the time I got home late in the evening, it's dark outside. The weather is not great, not that that is an excuse. So really being on my time management was more the challenge with getting these 45-minute workouts in. On day 11 of the 75 Hard Challenge, and it's raining up in San Francisco, which I was not prepared for, but that's part of the mental challenge. Rain, storm, snow, hail. You gotta get outside, you gotta do this workout. So I'm gonna catch a break in the rain right now and go out, get some 45-minute stair, hill, walk, jog, workout in. There was one day, I would say around day 50, that it was just one of those days. I had kind of pushed everything off to the end. I still had 45-minute workout I had to finish. I still had my water I had to finish. I still had my reading I had to finish. And I would say about day 50 is when it kind of hit me mentally and I really had to push through. That was only kind of one day that I really felt like that. So that was good. I will say though, being a competitive athlete, I train jiu-jitsu. A lot of times our workouts are, our training sessions are 2 hours a day. So I was counting that as my one workout. So to train for 2 hours jiu-jitsu and then to do another 45-minute workout outside, that became very physically taxing for me. And training at a competitive level and training with that kind of intensity, even just 2 to 3 times a week, to go 75 days without taking a break was very physically taxing. And I have a hard time saying that I would recommend anybody go 75 days without taking a rest. I understand that this is a mental toughness challenge and it is not a fitness challenge. So I don't know that for a beginner starting out on their fitness journey that this would be something that I recommend. You definitely need to be aware of your body and in tune with your body. You know, I was definitely getting tired as we got closer to the 75 days, and I would say at least the last month, the last 4 weeks, my legs were tired, my body was tired, so I really pulled back on the intensity of my workouts. And again, this is just kind of a result of the lifestyle that I have and the kind of training that I do. So obviously that's going to be different for everybody, but I did find that 75 days working out twice a day was way too much, and I do believe that there needs to be balance and there should be a rest day built in. But again, I understand that this is a mental toughness challenge. It is not meant to go on forever. So that being said, let's move on to the next piece. Reading 10 pages a day from some kind of nonfiction self-development book. This requirement I absolutely loved. Day 41 of 75 hard. So far, my favorite part, reading 10 pages of a book every day. It's a really digestible way to get through books fast. But one thing that I definitely need to start working on is actually waking up earlier to do the reading, because it's also very easy to kind of put it off. I don't know about you, but I am one of those people that always says that they want to read more books, and I always say it, and then I don't always end up doing it. So I found that just reading 10 pages was a fast way to get through books. I think I went through at least 3 books in 75 days, because then some days I was reading a little bit more than 10 pages. But rather than, saying like, oh, I need to sit down for an hour and read 10 pages, depending on what you're reading, goes by really fast. So that I really, really enjoyed, and that is something that I plan to continue now that this 75-day journey is done. Next up, following a diet of your choice, no cheat meals and no alcohol. For this, I did tracking my macros using the LifeSum app. I was tracking my protein, my carbohydrates, and my fats in my meals every day. And then that app also syncs with my Apple Watch and my polar heart rate monitor. So it was taking into consideration all of the activity that I was doing and adjusting my calories each day as a result of increase or decrease of activity. And I did not have a weight loss goal, so my goal was really just to maintain. I ended up just kind of as a bonus piece of information going and doing a DexaFit body composition scan at the beginning of this and at the end of this. I was very curious, even though I didn't have a weight loss goal, I was actually curious to see if my body composition was going to change at all, if I was going to be putting on a little extra muscle with all of the extra workouts, maybe dropping a little bit of body fat because of cutting out a little bit of those extras, and especially cutting out alcohol. Alcohol really isn't a huge part of my life anymore, maybe once or twice a week, but nothing really more than that. And that was actually one thing that I found to be the most surprising. I thought it was going to be a little more challenging to cut out alcohol for that long, and I actually found it to be the most satisfying. Maybe, I don't know which one I liked better, the reading the 10 pages or the no alcohol. After the first week, I kind of just forgot about alcohol, to be perfectly honest.
Do not miss it as much as I thought I was going to.
Between drinking all of the water and cutting out alcohol, cutting out any kind of excess sugar, I found that my skin felt so much softer, which I was not expecting that at all. So that was a really nice thing to see kind of almost immediately. I would say sometime between week 3 and week 4. So that was really great. And one very interesting surprise, not that, again, I had any kind of weight loss goal. I went back on I think it was day 76. I ended up going day 76 or 77 days because I went and got another DexaFit body scan. With taking the progress photos, I felt as though I looked different, and I actually felt much leaner in my body. And I was very surprised when I got the DexaFit body scan results back. My body fat percentage literally changed by like 0.2%. Not 1%, not 0.5%, 0.2%. That was very, very surprising to me, and I didn't really know how to process that information immediately. The conclusion that I kind of came to was that it was just a testament of how balanced my eating and my activity was before I took on this 75-day challenge. And so, yeah, it was interesting to me because the number on the scan, I just felt much different, and I think maybe it was more just the detox of alcohol, the better hydration, everything just kind of felt a little bit, I don't know, tighter and more firm and more lean. So that was one thing that really, really surprised me. I was expecting the body fat percentage to have dropped a little bit extra, but it's okay that it didn't, and my body weight did not change at all. So that was actually kind of crazy to see that with all of the things that I was doing, that I literally maintained the same exact weight. So I kept perfect equilibrium, perfect balance between my activity and the food that I was eating. So I guess a little pat on the back for me for achieving that goal of maintaining. Okay, and the last part that I want to give feedback on is drinking 1 gallon of water a day. Now, I've done figure competitions before and have been part of that bodybuilding world before, and everyone in the bodybuilding world has always been about, you have to drink a gallon of water a day, you have to drink a gallon of water a day, you have to drink a gallon of water a day. And even from the very beginning, when I first started working as a trainer 10 plus years ago, 12 years ago, however long it's been now, there was something about that just didn't really vibe with me. That doesn't seem like it should be a rule for everybody. Yeah, there was just something about it. I had never actually attempted to drink a full gallon of water a day because I never felt like I needed to drink a full gallon of water a day. So this was the part that made me most nervous about completing the 75 days. And I'm really glad that I did go through this experience of drinking a gallon of water every single day. I bought a big 1 gallon water bottle so that I would have it to drink out of throughout the whole day. I wouldn't have to like keep track and figure out how many water bottles did I drink? Did I finish that one? Did I just start? I didn't want to deal with that. So, so I got a full gallon water bottle and I just drank out of that throughout the day. And I will say that for the first month and a half, it was definitely a challenge to finish all of the water.
Quick update on how the 75 part is going. It's going well. I'm still on it.
You have to start early in the day so that you're drinking a little bit throughout the day. You don't want to be chugging all of that water at the end of the night. I can't tell you how many nights I woke up 3 times. A couple times I woke up 4 times in the middle of the night because I had to go to the bathroom. Not fun, not cool.
I thought I was drinking enough water, and I clearly have not been drinking enough water. I actually started to notice the other day when I was washing my face that my skin feels much smoother than it used to.
With the no alcohol, the combination of no alcohol, drinking more water, I did notice that my skin was getting much softer, which was awesome, which was really great. I admit that there are days that I could probably be drinking more water in general, but I do not believe that a gallon of water every single day is appropriate for every human body. Again, this is a mental toughness challenge, and I understand that Andy Frisella is a big man, and a big man requires a lot of water, especially with somebody who has some kind of weight loss goal. You know, I know that he started at a certain weight and he has worked on his fitness over X amount of time and has done phenomenal work with that. I am not convinced that a man, let's say 200 something pound man, has the same water requirements as a 130 pound woman. We are not physically the same. We are built differently. his water requirements are gonna be much different than my water requirements. My instincts about this ended up being true when I hit about day 50, somewhere in that week. I was noticing that my lips were getting chapped. My boyfriend actually made a comment to me and said, hey, for as much water as you're drinking, I don't think your lips should be chapped like that. And I was like, I know, right? So what was happening was, in the beginning, I think the gallon of water was great to kind of rehydrate me and get my water stores back up to optimal levels where they needed to be. And then I think I hit a saturation point, and everything on top of that was just kind of flushing out my system, losing electrolytes and actually dehydrating me. It got to a point on day 52 that morning, and this was after the chapped lips comment. That morning, it was 9 o'clock in the morning. I remember it very, very well because I was at the studio and I had, back-to-back sessions, and I had gone to the bathroom, and it was literally clear when I went to the bathroom. Sorry if this is TMI, but this is part of the journey. It was literally clear to the point that I actually felt guilty flushing the toilet because I was like, I am literally just flushing water down the toilet. This seems like such a waste. That was 9 o'clock in the morning, and I was literally having to go to the bathroom at least once an hour. It was disrupting my life. Drinking that much water had actually been disrupting my life. Even before that point, I had to think about if I wanted to go to the grocery store, if I was gonna take the dogs for a walk, I was like, I need to go to the bathroom right now before I leave the house. And then I would go like once more, even after I grab my keys, I'm like, oh, I better go again because I know I'm gonna have to go. And then I would actually get nervous if there was gonna be a restroom around anywhere because I had to go to the bathroom so much. It was literally disrupting my life. To me, that says that is too much water and my body does not need all of that water. So, surprise, surprise, on day 52, I got home at 6 o'clock or 7:30 at night. This was the morning, that I had been going to the bathroom all day, every hour, on the hour. And I got home and I still had half a gallon of water to finish, and I was like I wanted to cry. I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I was concerned for my well-being at that point because I knew that I was dehydrating myself, and my electrolytes were a little out of balance because of flushing all of that water out of my system, drinking water, going to the bathroom, drinking water, going to the bathroom constantly. So I got to the point, I had to make a call, and I decided to listen to my body and to go with my gut on this one, and not complete the challenge. That's the only way I can put it. So technically, if you ask Andy Frisella, I failed the 75 hard challenge, but to me personally, I think it was still a really great experience. I still won in my eyes. I gained a lot of insight on myself, and I can now say, that my original instinct about drinking a gallon of water was absolutely true. And I know from experience now of actually doing it that everyone has different requirements as far as water goes. And I stick to that now as a trainer with my clients. A great rule of thumb to kind of gauge is at least half of your body weight in ounces every single day, and then I like to throw an additional 32 ounces of water on top of that during a workout on workout days. So that's kind of the rule of thumb that I like to follow. I'm a little disappointed that I wasn't able to finish it all the way through, but I'm also proud of myself for listening to my body, for listening to my gut on this one, going with my instincts, and ultimately taking care of myself and making sure that my health is coming first over any kind of challenge, no matter win or lose. What I really, 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 truly got out of this experience was how much more discipline I have to give. I've done very strict dieting before to get ready for figure competitions. What I thought back then, this was back when I was in college, I thought that I had a lot of discipline. I thought that I was working hard enough to achieve first place in the competitions, and I thought that I was sticking to my diet good enough to achieve that level of fitness and to achieve that level of first place in the competition. But looking back on it now, I see all of the excuses that I was making to kind of find little loopholes in my diet. I kind of realized how much I've grown over the last 10 years, and how much more I have to give as far as my hopes and my dreams and my goals, and where the opportunities are to really kind of like tighten up the belt a little bit and get a little more disciplined and stop making excuses and stop listening to, all of the little voices that are kind of, oh, you don't have to do it. Oh, you can wait till later. Oh, it's just a little bit now. Nobody's gonna notice. Oh, it's just a little bit now. I'll just take a couple bites of this. No big deal, no big deal. All of the BS that we like to tell ourselves.
It's going well. I'm on day 34. I'm having dreams of eating pizza and sweets.
I don't really want it for my body anymore. So it was a really great mental lesson for me of how much more I have to give, how much more discipline I can really have to achieve my goals, to get to where I want to be. And also, I really appreciated the detox that my body went through. The detox from alcohol, the detox from sugar, the detox from some of those things that I would eat on the weekend and, think that I was getting away with, and, maybe I was. But they're just things that I don't really feel like I need anymore. Overall, I'm really happy that I did this, really happy with the detox that my body went through. I'm really happy with the insights that I gained about myself and my level of discipline, and where I am, where I was before, and where I see myself going. So for that, I am truly grateful to Andy Frisella for creating this 75 hard challenge. In closing, I did not lose any weight. I did not lose any body fat. I love reading 10 pages of a book every day. I think it's a really digestible way to get through a lot of books. I don't think a gallon of water is appropriate for every single person. And if this is something that you are thinking of taking on, please listen to your body. Please be aware of the things that you are engaging in. Be aware of where your mind is going. Be aware of what your body is doing. Listen to your gut first and foremost always, and get as much as you can out of this experience. I certainly learned a lot, and I am very grateful for the lessons that I learned, the insights that I gained, and this new level of discipline that I am going to take into the future with me. So thank you so much for watching. Stay functional, and we'll see you in the next video.